Okay, so I got the popcorn in, I got a movie. I think I have time to play a quick game. This isn't what I had in mind. Wake up, because it's 2009 and the hottest games on the market was Call of Duty, Halo 3, and Arthritis. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story was a part of the Mario and Luigi RPG series from Alpha Dream and was primarily a turn-based RPG game with Mario Pizzazz sprinkled in there. Now, while this is the third game in the series, this is the one I poured the most hours into. Loads of card strips were spent with this game, but surprisingly, I haven't been playing this game as often as I like recently. So why not start from the beginning? Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga was the first game in this series, and this laid the groundwork for what was to be. I can see that they got a lot of things right the first time around. The battle system is fun and engaging, a completely unique story with loads of new characters. But of course, with everyone's first try, it wasn't perfect. They done a wonderful job with Superstar Saga, but there were definitely some things that can be added. Now, Partners in Time was the first one in DS, and that had a lot more in store for us. The battle system was greatly improved, the character designs were updated, and the game utilizes both screens really well. But the only problem is that the plot just did not interest me. But Bowser's Inside Story is a third game in the series, and this is where they were able to show their true skill. They had taken what worked before from the previous games and improved on that greatly. Now, that was 2009. How does it hold up today? Maybe like fine wine. The overall plot of the game is more grounded compared to the other ones in this series, which is surprising. It's not a bad thing, I think that makes the game stand out. There's a virus outbreak in the Mushroom Kingdom and we have to attend an emergency meeting, but Bowser just had to crash the party. Just like always. But then after getting scolded by Toadsworth on how to play, we then get to see that Bowser gets tricked by none other than Fawful from the first game, and he turns into a massive turtle-sized vacuum, and the entire kingdom gets taken over by Fawful and we have to get it back. Now, normally we would see us traveling to a different kingdom or resort entirely, but this all takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom, which I think is really cool. We get 3 playable characters this time around: Mario, Luigi, and the rare occurrence of Bowser in the normal Mario game. Now, one of the big plot points is that we get to switch back and forth between being inside Bowser and the overworld. This is the main gameplay mechanic in the game, which leads to one of the supporting characters named Starlo acting as Bowser's conscience. Because why not? Now we get to the point of actually playing the game. We explore the overworld on the top screen and all the battles take place on the bottom screen. I don't know why, but I always thought it was so neat seeing the battles transition from the top screen to the bottom. The best scientists in the world are still stumped at that question, so why would I know why? The game is filled to the brim with exploration and puzzles. Now these can sometimes stop the pacing, but overall it isn't too bad. Now certain sections can drag on for way too long, like where Bowser had lost his fire ability and we have to get it working again in this underwater section inside Bowser. It felt like it should have ended 2 hours ago. Joke's on my voiceover self, I've been playing this only for half an hour. Throughout the game, we unlocked more abilities both to use in battle and to use reaching new areas. And the bros moves are unlocked by grabbing puzzle pieces throughout the map, which these are the bread and butter for an easy victory. These are best used in boss battles because it can deal some serious damage. It just feels like kind of a waste on normal everyday enemies. In addition, we can also use different overalls, gloves, shoes, shells to increase stats for each character. I have a bit of OCD when it comes to this, and I make everything have the same thing on. Now Bowser is a different story entirely. Not only he deals more damage per attack than Mario and Luigi, but you only play as one character and has different gameplay, cannot jump, and is all controlled by X and Y. Without the ability to jump, it makes for some interesting puzzles, and realize that path is for Mario and Luigi only and I can't go there. Look at him go. For me personally, I was just thrilled I can even play as Bowser in the first place. This wasn't a party game, this was not a racing game, this is a true to the basics Mario plot that we finally see Bowser doing something right for a change, even though he's not aware of it. Does this translate to the actual game itself? Kinda. Actually playing as Bowser sometimes feels like a clunky mess, and during certain parts we have to switch back and forth between Mario and Bowser quite a bit. Overall, it doesn't bother me too much, just only if it's for a quick minute, but in the battles we have a chance to fight back. If you ever played any other turn-based battle RPG game like Pokemon or even the dreaded Sonic Chronicles, it's a common practice for you to take a turn and they take a turn, which normally means you're taking damage. But in this game, we have a chance to fight back during the enemy's turn, and even do an entire battle without taking any damage at all. But the touchscreen is heavily used in this game. I can't remember if Partners in Time used that or not. I didn't care the first time, why would I care the second time? Honestly, this deserves its own spot. Really? You think I could talk about the gameplay but not even mention the bosses? These are some of the coolest battles you're going to run across from this game. Now, the starting bosses are not really interesting. Primarily, they just teach you how to play the game and use the different attacks in the battles. But probably one of my favorite ones is the Bowser fight. And not just the ending boss fight, the Bowser boss and Boss Rush. Boss Rush is a tournament to test your skills, and these are harder versions of the normal bosses, and they get progressively harder the more you win. And not to mention that this game is loaded with them. I mean, sure, this genre normally has a lot, but whenever I see this many, I'm in awe.
That sounds pitiful.
Now on to the good part, the remake, or also known as the worst selling Mario game ever. What happened here?
Everything went wrong.
Let's go to where it all started, the Disney trauma. The Nintendo 3DS is on its last legs, and Nintendo needs a few more games to keep the system alive just in case the Nintendo Switch failed. And one of those games just happened to be a remake of a beloved Game Boy Advance game. The Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga remake is completely viable with just the game alone, and they decided to add a brand new side game and even plays differently than what we're used to. Now they tried that again 2 years later. A 3DS remake of a DS game in 2019, there are so many things wrong with that. First of all, the 3DS had no issues playing the original DS game, so that makes the portion of can't play it on 3DS pointless, and releasing it so far as the Nintendo Switch's life after the 3DS should be dead, that made more sense to be a Switch game and not a 3DS, because who wants to buy a 3DS game in 2019? All that led to being the worst selling Mario game of all time. The remake itself is not bad. I was excited to see this when it was first announced. I consider Bowser's Inside Story on the DS as one of my favorite Mario games ever, and they were remaking it. I had just gotten a new 2DS around that time to experience what I was missing out on, so I still had the aroma of a new system on me, and we were about to get ready. Now, the side game is drastically different. Sure, it's something to spice things up in the game, but when it takes the overall concept and shoves whatever this is in here, it has you barely doing anything aside from the occasional button press. Bowser Jr.'s journey takes place before the events of the main game, and it plays more like tactical RPGs than anything. There's no exploration, there's no interactivity. You can build a squad for battles, maybe use an ability or two every once in a while, but are you really having fun doing homework?
Something tells me I got question 2 wrong.
Personally, I didn't really enjoy this side game. They had done a wonderful job with everything else, but this just didn't catch me. With the remake, the visuals look outstanding, the game feels so smooth to control, and the game doesn't cut any corners. This is the original DS game to the core. Some may say that's what hurts it, but that's what may help it too. Making this a one-to-one remake doesn't really incentivize people to buy this game. Where the game falls flat is the missing part that offers something worthwhile that you need to buy the 3DS version to experience. But I love this game no matter what. The side mode Bowser Jr.'s Journey had really nothing to add as a must-buy experience, and with this game just being a visual overhaul only and nothing more, I can tell you that's why.
Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story was an incredible game. It had so many hours of content in it. And not only that, the game didn't follow the classic Mario trope we've seen 1,000 times already. The remake was a so-so experience. It was still fun, but everything just didn't make sense with it. Alright, so we got Mario checked off the list, so we have the choice now of either Lego or a blue speedy animal. I don't remember writing that on there.